playing with his new toy, a pickaxe. Ignore my eyes, we went for dinner last night and I maybe fell asleep before I washed my face.
Goggles on because you do not want wood chipping in your eye. Safety first.
Naughty boy! Naughty boy!
We are Tom and Autumn. At the beginning of this year, we quit our jobs to work on our street food business full time. And when we weren't working during the summer, planned to travel the world. We bought our tickets to India, packed up our house, and then I think we all know what happened next. With the repeated lockdown and the virus spreading across the world, we started to get the idea that we wouldn't be able to go anywhere soon and decided to use our savings to buy a little house that needed a lot of work instead. This is our Victorian renovation story.
Hello, welcome if you're new, and guess what? Complete it for me, Tom.
We're back at the house.
No.
We're living in the house.
No.
Welcome back if you're not.
There we go. Look, I'm not gonna drag this on. We're back at the house, believe it or not, we live here now. We're doing jobs. Last week, which was actually 2 days ago, we tried to put up some plasterboard and we discovered we needed washers so the plasterboard wouldn't come crashing down. We've now got those washers. Additionally, we're putting up plasterboard. What are we doing tomorrow? We're finishing the bathroom. It's all very exciting around here, but you've heard it a million times. So let me not introduce, I've technically just done an introduction. Let me not spend time describing it to you. Let me show you exactly how we're gonna do it. Also, my one eye looks weird. Please ignore it. I've got hay fever and it's just incessantly itchy. Either that or like all the dust and building materials are finally just buried into my face. But Tom bought something from Screwfix 5 minutes ago and he's lost it. He's searching the house up and down. He can't find it. So while he's looking for that, I need to go do something that I started a while ago and I've not got back to it in a very long time. It's been a while. I'm back on the roof. Sky looking beautiful. It's a little bit cold, certainly not as warm as the last time we were out here painting, but I don't know how I managed it, but I've missed a few spots. So I'm just gonna spend the evening finishing up all of the last bits that I didn't get to because the scaffolding's coming down. And the scaffolding coming down means that the house can be cleared, we can get a skip, all the bricks can go. Oh, let me show you the bricks. There's a little Tom all the way downstairs. There's all the bricks that came down with all the things we knocked when all of this began. We can tear out our downstairs bathroom. We can tear out loads basically and get rid of it, which will be so good. And I think that'll be that kind of empty shell of a house that we start building back that will be so exciting. But to do that, we've got to get rid of the scaffolding, and to get rid of the scaffolding, we've got to paint.
So, living at the house, you may ask. What does that mean? It means we can work on the house every single evening. So this evening I'm going to be cutting up some chipboard just to lay down in the final section of the bedroom. And then back to plasterboarding. Annoyingly, last night we were doing the slanted roof plasterboard and noticed that the screws were going too far through. So what we've ordered from Screwfix is some insulation discs that should help just keep the plasterboard in place and over time not let the screws pull out and then eventually the plasterboard comes crashing down. So that's had to be put on hold, but there's still a lot of other stuff we can be getting on with. And then this weekend, it's time to finish off the bathroom. So that's been a really good work in progress. Annoyingly, we haven't filmed too much of it because we didn't have a camera, but we're back with a camera, ready to film so much more. So let's get on with this. So this looks quite deceiving right now. So I'm going to put a piece of chipboard along here, but I kid you not, if you walk through there, you would go flying down. So it is a bit of a safety concern at the moment. And I know a lot of builders, people working on building sites would be horrified to see this. So yeah, this definitely needs to be chipboard up ASAP, and this is why we have our evenings to do that. So if my measurements are correct, this should fit in nicely.
Next up on the list is laying a floor in the eaves. So we are reusing this OSB. This OSB was originally for the loft conversion, but there was some left over. The eaves are obviously somewhere that you're never going to walk and you're never going to go into other than to get an old suitcase or some sports equipment. So we're not being too fancy about what we lay down there. Probably going to lay down some OSB and then the same carpet that we lay in the bedroom. Potentially we might leave it as is, but probably want a slightly nicer finish than just OSB. So just like the fun we've been having with the plasterboard, we're doing the exact same thing with the OSB. We're measuring it, we're chopping it, we're laying it down. It's all very exciting stuff here.
Oh, I think this is big enough. Sweet. It's 104. Yes.
Is it the perfect fit?
It's usually that 1.2.
I told Tom it would fit, and he said
Yeah,
no.
usually it wouldn't fit.
And now it fits. Say your last famous words.
I think this should fit perfectly. You're joking.
What was that, hun?
Tiny bit out.
No. So what did you do?
It's because the board's really wonky.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not your skill?
No.
So we bought these things. They're called insulation discs. And basically what we're going to use them for is to apply to the plasterboard, where we then screw it in so that there's no risk of the nail going through the plasterboard or the plasterboard sagging with gravity and falling off over time. And now you can see with these washers, there's literally no chance of that being able to sag down over time. Now we're just going to aim to do all of this today. And that's the entire plan for today. We're fully expecting this job to be harder than we think. Like, let's be honest, we found with every single job we've done so far. So we're not setting our expectations too high. We're simply plasterboarding this wall. And then that's it for plasterboarding for a while.
No, but the ceilings. Ceilings are next week, once the electrics have been signed off.
It doesn't end. It doesn't end. Wood to prop up the insulation for a while, and then a builder took one look at it and gave us a bit of advice, and that is to use, is it lead flashing?
It's basically, it's the same thing as what we've been using with the wood, but it's just a lot smaller, so can hold the insulation in place, and then is also flush with the plasterboard to make it easy to screw in, because otherwise this is obviously way too wonky, and if we removed it then it'd be quite difficult to keep the plasterboard in place and screw the plasterboard in.
Get out your bomb and fly away. We'll be dancing with our hands in the air when our new dawn is rising to the break of dawn.
It is done. Sorry for not knowing how to work a camera, but we did it! A whole angled roof, Tom.
Yeah, baby.
How you feeling?
As good as always. That's been the hardest plasterboard yet, but I feel like we've accomplished it, so.
Nice, pretty good for a Thursday. And we're just spending the rest of the evening running through everything we're buying for the bathroom and getting all of that ordered, which means I'm back in action. Shopping, decorating, it's all happening again. It's 10 p.m. We've done well this week so far, and I'll catch you tomorrow for some more work. this is when renovating's not fun. We're up at 7. All I want is to be in bed and have a coffee. But we've got to clean the whole house so that it's ready for the stuff we need to do tomorrow, and we need to do it right now in the morning so that we can go out this Friday night, go for dinner, leave the house for the first time since Sunday, and do something that isn't renovating all evening. So, I am moaning, I'm just tired. Yeah, clean up, get that done. Have a shower, go to work, finish work, dinner, somewhere nice. The focus is gone. I'll catch you there. Don't know if you remember the last episode. Here's the room I cleaned. Tom, how'd it get like this?
Things get messy.
And speaking of last episode, the craziest thing happened. My camera randomly got delivered. I paid for next day delivery. It was confirmed to be lost in the post. And then 5 weeks after it had got picked up to be delivered the next day, it was randomly delivered to Canon. So now I've got 2 cameras, which, to be honest, isn't a bad thing. I noticed even by using this camera for a week, it's so dusty. There's dust behind the lens. Like, they're gonna die eventually. This house is just too much of a wreck for the cameras not to end up dusty, horrible, crap chip. They're gonna drop. You know, obviously you try and take care of them as much as possible, but what this means is that I'm hoping we can get that camera fixed, sent back. I'll exclusively use that camera while we're still in like the demo, dusty, messy stage. And then this camera will stay safely stored away until I ever need it, or until that camera eventually gives up on me. But obviously really happy that that's got fixed. I think Tom's kicking himself that he bought me one. But all's well that ends well, hey? Another bathroom delivery has arrived. Ooh. A black radiator, wow.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's beautiful!
And it's quite a good size as well for the bathroom.
2 towels, yeah, and narrow as well, which we need, but
Yeah.
long.
I don't know if I'd have this one in the one downstairs.
How come?
It's a bit too small. I'd get like a longer one or something.
Yeah, maybe. We can take a look what they got. Well, it looks great. We now have bottom of a shower, toilet, and a radiator. Not jealous at all of Tom's next job. He's digging down so that the pipes from the bathroom, the new pipes, can meet the old pipe. So there's a nice little look at his butt. And I will be making iced coffees and not contributing.
If you could just put in a nice hot bath for me, that'd be lovely. I'll sell an hour of digging foundations all day.
Tom found this forum online where everyone refers to their wives and girlfriends as the missus, and they talk about how all we do is run a hot bath for them at the end of the day, and he's finding it very funny, and I am not. The joke is also on him, because we neither have a bath nor will we have a bath for months. So until then, he can run his own showers. That's the mess I made making that coffee. It's come. Don't look up, don't look up, that would be really embarrassing. Good morning. It's 8 AM on a Saturday. Maybe 9 AM. Ignore my eyes, we went for dinner last night and I maybe fell asleep before I washed my face, but look what we've got. The bathroom has arrived. Tom's got his hand on. So we're just putting everything together to get an idea of what it's gonna look like, and oh, we love it so much. Now I know black is very in at the moment. There's quite a few people when talking about design that think it's a bad idea because it'll go out of fashion, but I just really like it. Every time I was looking at bathrooms, I've never been much of like a silver person. I definitely prefer gold, although all my cheap golds turn silver. And every time I was looking at bathrooms, just chrome didn't do it for me. And I know I don't want gold because our house isn't grand enough to be gold, and I think black's just such an easy way to bring just a little bit of edge. Black's my favorite color. Originally I wanted a black kitchen, so I think this is very us. As for the is that tortoiseshell? I don't really know what pattern that is. I don't think we're gonna go for it. It's a little bit, it's not really our style. I'm thinking the long vertical tiles, but I am still on the hunt for vertical tiles that don't come in tiny single tiles, because we do not have the budget for a tiler to be laying tiny single tiles for God knows how long. So yes, I'm still on the hunt for that, but everything we've got so far, absolutely loving. And let me show you our bathroom cabinet. She's gorgeous. It's an oak cabinet with big pull-out drawers. Imagine that, with some white laminate on top, that white bowl, black taps, black hardware. Oh, are you excited?
It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm so excited. I love it. As you can hear from Tom's heavy breathing.
We had to carry this all through West London, from West London.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It was a struggle.
If you haven't been able to tell by our previous videos, we love Facebook Marketplace, and this cabinet was incorrectly delivered to someone. We've got the 60 width, they ordered the 120 width, because they lived in West London in a beautiful mansion, unlike us. So it was basically incorrectly delivered, and they sold it on Facebook Marketplace. It's £300 online. It was the exact one we were planning on buying anyway, but debating whether we should treat ourselves. And we got it for £80 on Facebook Marketplace, so the good deals just keep on coming.
So this is where the radiator is going to go. So on the other side, we'll need to put a piece of wood here to help support the radiator. So put this piece of wood in here to attach the radiator the other side. So it's pretty dark, but what we've just done is cut the old copper pipe with a pipe cutter. Then we're going to use the new and improved plastic connector to connect to the old pipe, and then we'll be able to connect our new radiator pipe there as well.
You're going to tee into the pipe.
And then just connecting the old copper pipe back.
But got to cut a bit off.
So this is a pipe cutter.
So I'm just going to cut 20mm off of this bit of pipe to make up for the joint in the middle. And then it will be exactly the same length. So quite straightforward. Just go around with the pipe cutter. Simple as that. Bit of wire wool on there just to clean the copper. And then that'll go nicely into the plastic pipe.
And that is probably it for this week. If you did remember me saying at the beginning of this video that we were finishing the bathroom today, I've got to apologize. If there's one thing this house keeps doing, it's reminding us just how crazy we were in thinking we would get everything done in 3 months. Wishful thinking, I think. Either way, we definitely got a lot done this week. The upstairs is really starting to take shape. I feel like the loft is going to come together really, really quickly once all the plasterboard is up and the bathroom's done. I think, as with this room, I'm currently in the spare bedroom that we're currently living in at the moment. It really was the plasterer leaving that transformed the room, because after that it just comes together so quickly. So we are going to get there. We're not losing hope. But as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps boost the channel. And if you would like to follow along on our journey converting this little terraced house in East London into our dream home, please do hit the subscribe button. We upload videos every single Wednesday. Over the next couple of weeks, we've got some very exciting videos coming. That is the loft conversion and all of the costs so far, and also a very exciting house transformation. We did a little something crazy with the pebble dash out front, and I could not be happier. So if you're looking forward to those, or if you'd like to see them when they come, please do hit the subscribe button. Anyway, that's it for this week. I'll catch you in the next one.
I'm an absolute idiot.
You lost it.
I've lost the thing that I bought from the tool station a second ago.
Tell him.